Hey guys, I wanted to start the stream because we're underneath that orange ring, the Dow Jones chart on the right. We did get topped out, guys. I hope you took my advice.
Hey guys, I wanted to start
Hold
the
on.
stream because we're underneath that.
All right, sorry about the echo, guys. So yeah, I said to short 41K, guys. I hope you took my non-financial advice and shorted. If you did, that was from 41,000, we dropped a total of over 5%. So anyways, you can see we're in the red underneath this orange ring. I've been telling you guys for a while that if we break this key support right here and we're underneath this orange ring, this could be bad for the Dow. This would be bad for other markets as well. I have got to go get some coffee because I'm out of creamer. So I'm going to leave this up, and when I get back, we'll cover some of these charts. But remember, this is where I said to short from, right? Right here at this red ring. We pushed all the way up to what, 41,280-ish. But again, I said short this ring at 41,000. You can see that we came down to this point, and now we're underneath resistance. I mean, I thought maybe we would hold support here, but this has become resistance. So if we continue down, your next support, according to this chart, is right here. Actually, yeah, it'd be one of these two. These are just trend lines that we've been respecting. Your next major support is going to be right down here. So we need to see if we get above this resistance, 39,418. You can see this right here is actually a trend line we're respecting. This is a fib channel line, I mean. You can see this is our current support, and this is going to be our resistance. So we have to see if we can get above 39,888. And our next support below is 38,456. And then we have support down here at 36,120-ish. So how many of you guys took a short yesterday when I said to short the ring? I'm sure a lot of you probably thought, what the hell is this guy talking about? Him and his circles, saying we're going to top out. What kind of crap is that? But hey, crap played out. So who shorted 41K? And who didn't short 41K? And yes, I still need to leave and get my coffee in a few. You guys there? Well, Dan, this is swing trading. If you're just hodling, understandable. Awesome. So, okay, our Rich method. Yep, the chart was right. I sold it at 4,300 and at 41,900. Oh, okay, 40,900. Awesome. You got in just the perfect point. No, I'm not. You don't short support. Evander said shorted. Got rejected at 39,418. Good morning, Jay. Shorted 40,700. Good. Oh, you shorted the top. Jeet got it at 41,200. That was pretty much the top. So you did the perfect short. So yeah, a lot of people that had faith in that red ring, when it pushed above it, when it stops, that's when you put in your short. House of Adalis, awesome. Glad you did. I'm glad it worked out. A lot of people in Discord, I think, are happy. You're welcome, Evander. Glad you. And again, I can just show you points that would be likely a point too short or likely a point too long. There's no way I could know for a fact that we would drop. But the chart said, hey, that red ring will be respected. So that's likely a point too short. And it played out. So again, and the reason I'm running the stream, the last stream I said I wasn't going to do any more videos until I get these charts up. But this is important to me because I've been calling for potential correction for the Dow Jones for quite a while, and just because we're below that key support and we're below that orange ring, I thought it was important to have the stream this morning just to see what happens. And again, I'm just waking up too. I gotta go get my coffee. So I just want to get this up. I got it up right as the market opened, like a minute after. And you can see we're still underneath that orange ring. This is the Dow Jones on the right here. And this is what I'm talking about, this orange ring right here. We're below this orange ring, and we're below this key support level. So to me, that is very bearish. If we get it back above this, I don't know, that's still bearish as long as we're below this point right here. But as long as we're below this orange ring, I mean, this thing could just come down. I mean, it looks like the MACD, I mean, it's angling down, but it's way down here. So you would think it has room to go up. And it looks like the MACD would start angling up, right? But, you know, just based on the chart itself, this looks friggin' bearish for the Dow. Good morning, Bryce. Good morning, Bat. See a lot of my regulars in here. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think the Dow is going to start coming down, or do you think they're just going to keep pushing it up? I've been waiting for this. I mean, the last apex on the Dow, because this is what I was waiting for back here. Remember? I said if they didn't release a stimulus package and we crossed this underneath this ring, I said this could be a major correction. And just so happened, you know, the apex was right on March 11th, right here, and that is when they released the stimulus package. And we just kept going up. And then, you know, they said the next apex will get topped out at this orange ring, and if there's no stimulus package released by this date right here, which ended up being the 14th of June, this could be potentially the point we have a correction down to at least 32,000, down to possibly 30,900. So this could get pretty nasty if you're a bull, get pretty juicy and nice if you're a bear. I don't know that we'll have a correction, but I can just tell you the significance of that orange ring and that support that we're below, to me, shows it could get pretty damn bearish. And keep this in mind, maybe some of you aren't aware, but Bitcoin is completely correlated with the U.S. markets. So if we do get a major correction, you know, I'm sorry, Bitcoin is not going to go up. If the market's correct, Bitcoin follows the markets. So that's why I'm doing this stream right now. And who knows how this could play out. It could go sideways, could push up a little bit. But again, now your strong resistance above, let me get rid of these arrows. Your strong resistance now, even if you push above this ring, you still got resistance here at 34,500. And if we don't get above this orange ring, I think it's pretty much game over. I think we'd have a hell of a correction. Yeah, the bears and the bulls. I'm glad we can all come together and get along here. I think there's probably a few more bears than there are bulls. A lot of potential bullish stuff going on today. Yeah, there's a lot of bullish stuff. Binance is screwing over the customers. Tether is the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. You got global shortages of all kinds of stuff. Semiconductors, lumber's through the roof. You've got evictions getting ready to take place. All kinds of stuff's going on, and then the Dow Jones chart looks like it's ready just to tank. And I don't call this FUD. A lot of people would call it FUD. I call it fact. Nobody trusts Binance anymore. People are gonna start leaving Binance, you know, one by one, just getting off Binance. Yeah, you know what? Tesla bought what? How much Bitcoin did they buy? Didn't matter. It still tanks. You know, a lot of these people have a lot of money. They buy in, and it's a tax write-off. Whether it crashes, you know, if it crashes, they'll write it off from their taxes. You know, and if it goes up, they make money. But, you know, again, when you're buying with that much, you push the price up just when you buy, and you've already made money. I don't know why there's a semiconductor shortage. I don't know what the reason is, but there definitely is one. Well, welcome from Croatia. Usually when things are bad in the real world, the stock market pumps. Yeah, well, the stock market's been pumping since. I mean, it's just gone pretty much sideways and straight up since we had our COVID crash. We are due for a major correction, and if there's any point where there'd be a correction, according to my chart, I think it's friggin' today it starts. But you got your support levels here. Look, if we break right here, and I'll leave these kind of close to price. If you break, and I'll load up other charts in a bit, but this is important, guys, right here. So this is your current resistance right here. 39,418. Your current support is right here. So we're trying to find out. Look, if you break this support, your next support below is right here. If that breaks, well, your next support down here. I don't need it that big. A little overkill. And just watch these play out, guys. And this is just two of plenty of charts. I have A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, F1, and G1. Those are the main charts that I keep you guys updated on Twitter about. But just watch how you bounce. I mean, come on. I said this ring right here, right, at 41,000 was potentially a top, and we dropped from that point. And notice what happened. We came down and we found perfect support. Right here on this is a fib channel line. This has been here since this chart was created. It's no coincidence we stopped and found support here. So if you push up, your resistance is now right here. So if you can't get above that, we'll bounce back and forth. If you break 39,129, we'll come down to 38,383. If we find support there and push back up, hey, great. But you still have this damn red ring that I told you would be a resistance. We could keep moving down this red ring. Buck, how much did you make shorting 41K? I know, and Buck, the reason is because the whole world doesn't have access to these rings. Only we do. It's amazing more people don't use fib circles. I mean, it's just, they're amazing tools. Very underrated. Jeez, congratulations. That's a pretty good profit there. What's wrong with Binance? They're crooked. People enter positions and they close them out, or you're in a position and they don't let you close it out when it's crashing. So Binance they're losing customers. People are leaving Binance. Well, that's a nice thing to say, Evander. I hope I'm helping you guys make money, or at least not lose money. I hope you guys were here when I said, look, 65K was the top. A lot of people said you're out of your friggin' mind. You don't know what you're talking about. Where did we top out at? Right at 65,000. Down ever since. Said buy around 31,000, 32,000, pushed up. I'm telling you guys, be very cautious. I know some of you watching some of these other channels are saying this is just a simple retrace. We're going to start pushing back up. Maybe that's possible. I'm just telling you guys, that chart on the right is the most important right now. I know that if I got on Binance or Bybit, I guess Bybit's more trusted right now. But if you're on those exchanges that have no headquarters, you can't sue them, you can't contact them. If they screw you over, you're pretty much just screwed. You're SOL. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's why I trust Coinbase, because you're in the US. At least I'm protected somewhat. Binance can just cut and run, and you're just left high and dry. Your chart sure helped you prepare and what to look for. Much appreciated. Down to the presentation. Thank you, Walkery. And yeah, my charts are a guide. And the great thing about the charts is you can go back and you can inspect the chart. So you load the chart up. My suggestion, they work on a cell phone or mobile phone, but you can only see so much at one time. Load it up on an actual desktop or computer where you can see the entire chart. And then that's what I say, go back and then just look at the chart and look and see what happens. And I set these rings up a certain way to give you kind of a guide to say, okay, well, if every time we hit this red ring, we got rejected, right? Rejected, rejected, rejected. We did push above it. This ring rejected us. Rejected, rejected, rejected. I mean, this isn't just, close to. I mean, we literally hit it and got rejected. Hit it again, got rejected. Hit it, got rejected. So it made sense. If we're respecting this ring, what's going to happen when you hit the ring again? Well, I said, hey, if we hit the ring again, if the previous 3 times we hit it back there, we got rejected, why the hell would we not get rejected again? So again, it is a roadmap to possibilities. Yeah, it's always a gamble, but if it got rejected last time and we're going to hit it again, then it's probably going to get rejected again, and damned if it didn't work out. And then we know where our support and resistance are, and we know that if 39,123 breaks, your next support's here. These are just, again, I update the charts with potential patterns we're in. We know, now there's a lot of crazy wicks, there's a lot of volatility here. This yellow line represents the top of the wicks. So going by the top of the wicks, that would be around 37,400. We know that this is also a resistance, but it's hard nailing these down. So these are possible support and resistance levels, but these are actual support and resistance. So we know for a fact, if you come down, you will get a bounce here, because this is part of the original structure of this chart. Just like this fib channel line here, that's now resistance, that was support, this is the next fib channel line below. So if you come down, you do something like this, you'll catch a bounce here, because this is part of the actual fib channel chart. Let me make this a little smaller. But again, guys, I'm excited because I think it's very possible the Dow Jones is about to take a dumpity dump. And if it does, and I'm talking about a big dump, I'm talking dropping thousands of points. No way Dow's going to drop thousands of points, and the S&P and the NASDAQ just going to continue up. Not going to happen. They move together. Yeah, I don't have a lot of room. Look, guys, it's looking pretty bad here. Look, this is on the 3 hour. Look at the MACD right here. Look at this MACD. Look at that. About to angle down. And I know that this looks like it could possibly start angling up, but it could continue down. And watch, just watch, guys. I mean, I'm going to go get my coffee, but watch. If we break 39,129, watch this catch a little bounce. It'll do something like this. We'll come down. We'll catch a little bounce right here, right? If we break this, it'll come down. We'll catch a bounce, push up as resistance, and then either we push up above, or we come down, we push up, then we break this, and bam, down to 36,135. Well, I mean, use USDT now. It's fine. I mean, I don't see it going away anytime soon. I'm just saying I think down the road, Tether is going to be something that causes a major crash. It's very possible. And now with people not trusting Binance, which was one of the most popular exchanges, I'm just saying all of this stuff is adding up to a potential bomb that's just ticking off. But, if you have another option, use that. I know Coinbase has USDC. I just get in USD. That's one thing I like about Coinbase. They have actual USD. But I think their stablecoin is USDC. But, Coinbase, you can't use leverage, and it's expensive. The fees are ridiculous. One Bitcoin costs you $100. Well, a little cheaper now. When it was 50,000, it was $100. It's like, what, maybe 45 bucks, something like that. Oh, well then, use that if they have USD. My suggestion to you. I'm not saying it's better. They're all pegged to the US dollar, so they say. I'm just saying if you're in USD, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. If you're in USD, you're fine because you're in cash. But if you're in a stablecoin, that's fine. If you're in Bitcoin or any crypto and Tether goes bust, it doesn't matter. If you're in Litecoin, Ethereum, you're in trouble because the whole market is basically kept up by Tether. So if Tether goes bust and you're in crypto, it's going down. If Tether goes bust and you're in Tether, you're screwed. If Tether goes bust and you're in a stablecoin like USD, USDC, something like that, hey, well, you're fine. It's still pegged to the US dollar. What do I think about XRP? I don't know. If Bitcoin's going up, XRP goes up. Bitcoin crashes, XRP crashes. I don't know. Actually, XRP's kind of going sideways. What I think about it as a project, I don't give a shit. If I'm in it, I'll just be trading it. If it's at support, I'll buy at support. But, I couldn't trade XRP because they delisted it from Coinbase. So XRP means even less to me now because I can't access it. I don't know. Do your research about stablecoins. I'm just saying I'd be very wary and cautious of Tether. Yeah, thank you, OptiArt. Yeah, you post a lot of stuff about stocks and the news, and they're very helpful in Discord. Samsung boss is sitting in jail. Was he jaywalking? What happened? But guys, look, we are red on the Dow below 2 key support levels that are now resistance. This is going to be something that could potentially turn into something much bigger. And you can see the price of Bitcoin is coming down, guys, and I hope a lot of you took that short. Thank you, King Jang. When do you think Bitcoin will be a good buy? Honestly, when we test our high in 2017 around 19,000, I think that's when it'd be a good buy. And at the lowest point I see Bitcoin ever going, if the stock market has a major correction, the lowest point that I see us going will be the 200 weekly or the 300 weekly moving average. That is around 14K to 10K. I know you think that's insane, but if the market's correct, if you go back and look at our COVID crash, look how much Bitcoin came down. It is very possible. And that is one moving average. Well, that's two moving averages that we have yet to break. The 300 weekly and the 200 weekly. Those are your main support levels. So if things get really bad, that is where you buy. If that breaks, then, Bitcoin's probably just done. I don't see us going below that point. That's the most bearish scenario ever. No, I'll be making some charts, but, I'll be able to give you it's just it's really technical analysis. There's your support, there's your resistance. When I create those charts and have those charts up, I can tell you where to buy, where to sell. That's it. Yeah, I think things are. I think this pump right here was to get people bullish, and get people to long, and then I think they're gonna do another rug pull, guys. Yeah. So far and think about this. Every time we have a bear market, we typically drop. Or at least the last two. The first one in 2017. Actually, go back to 2014. We had an 83% correction. And then in 2017, we had an 84% correction, pretty much the same. So if this is a bear market, we dropped 50%, we're looking at dropping at least another 30%, right? Has my chat failed before? You mean my stream? Did you mean to put an R in there? Hey, I'm just, dishing out FUD, aka facts. It looks like the Dow is ready to come down, and if it does, that means something's about to happen in the U.S. markets, and that's going to be bad for Bitcoin. Yeah, and that is also true. Mathis, that is correct. We do have gaps, substantial gaps, pretty big gaps below, and they just coincide with where the 300-week moving average is. So I call that confluence. I would say if we ever got that low, we might not go that low, but if we do go that low, nice to know we have a freaking target to know where to buy. Facts are FUD for the world. Great awakening. Well, facts are facts. Whether you think it's flat or not, it's up to you. Yeah, we do have gaps below. That is correct. I don't know if those gaps have to be filled. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes before it's not even relevant, but damn, price sure goes out of its way to fill those gaps. But it looks like we can't get above 39,347. Thank you, Jimmy D. I'd be the man. Oh, I appreciate that. Emmy D. I appreciate that. Let's see. Shorted thanks to the F1 chart. Nothing crazy. Yippee. Hey, it's better. Look, if you're starting out playing these charts, don't be a buck. All right, buck goes buck wild. You know, he gets lucky on his trades. Well, he plays the charts. It's not really luck. But yeah, don't go crazy, guys. You know, if you're going to chance it, use a little low leverage if you're going to short. Because, you know, I saw it push up past the red ring. People probably thought, nope, he's wrong. It's going to continue up. And I saw it push up past it. It pushed past 41,000, went up to 41,200, but immediately came down. There's gaps all over the Dow. Yes, there's gaps everywhere. But and yeah, they'll probably come down and fill those gaps. But the point is the structure of that chart I created. That is the perfect bearish setup, and nobody else has that chart but us. And that is the same chart that predicted the last crash. I didn't know about COVID when I predicted the Dow Jones crash and Bitcoin crash. I didn't even know Bitcoin was correlated with the U.S. stock market. I had two charts saying they were about to crash, and damned if they didn't crash. On the day, well, the week I said. It was the last week in February 2020. I said, this bitch is coming down, and it came down. But I guess what I was getting at, I think I was sidetracked. So yeah, if in 2014, 83% correction. 2017, when we started coming down, it was an 84, 86% correction. So what I'm saying is, if this is our next correction, it is very possible, since we dropped 50%, another 30%, yeah, that could be our bear market. Then when we bottom, that's when we start pushing back up. But that depends on how much the market's correct, if they're correct. Yeah, and guys, I mean, people see this pushing up. I get it. You know, it's pushed up a lot from 31K. But look how far we're still down from $65,000. I mean, that's still like $25,000 less than we were. Come on, man. People are still hoping. They're sitting there, you know, smoking their hopium. Like, I just got to push back up so I can make back my losses. They lost 50% of what they put in. They're holding on to every little dollar it pushes up. It can make it. I know it can do it, but you know it might not. It's just getting people to think, oh, okay, yeah, it just dropped a little bit. Buy the dip, hodl. Just saying, things are bad in the markets, and Bitcoin follows the markets. All right, I'm going to get my coffee, and I'll get back and we'll cover some charts. Again, I might let the stream go all day long because I have charts to make and stuff to do. You don't need a tutorial to draw a circle. Just get a piece of paper and then just get a pen and then just move your hand in a circular motion. It's actually very difficult to draw a perfect circle, but there are tricks and techniques you can use. I have tutorials teaching you how to place fib circles. If you do want to access these charts, guys, I forgot to promote myself. Let me take care of that real quick. Yeah, if you want to access these charts, guys, the same chart that said, hey, it was time to short 41K. If you want to get access to these charts, there's the subscription page. Yeah, Zoran, and the Matic will be first, and then Monero. But again, I've been calling for a correction with the Dow, and this is worthy of a stream. Can the peak of the bull run still play out if we hit 25K? You know, I can tell you this. If the markets didn't correct and we didn't have this major correction with Bitcoin, that would have been a likely target. But either way, you know, those are targets we will hit. You just saw that support level. You know, we dropped down to 31K and we pushed up. That was, and if you watched yesterday's stream, I showed you why that was so important. So yes, even if we push up or if we drop, you will respect those rings and you will respect those support resistance levels. Do we push up to that $300,000 mark? Well, if we drop down that much, probably not. But at least you know if we push up, you know, likely point to get in, likely point to get out. But it looks like 39,347 is holding as resistance. So it looks like we're probably coming down to test at least 38,383, in my opinion. Why do people keep saying that? If the Dow Jones plunges, a lot of BTC could be a great way to protect money as a stable asset. I think a lot of these moon boys just make you think this. I don't know why. If you go back and look, the last time the stock market crashed, everything crashed. Gold crashed. The dollar crashed. Bitcoin crashed. Everything crashed. But the first thing to recover was the US dollar. And guess what Bitcoin is a hedge against? The US dollar. So the first thing to recover is the US dollar. That makes it even more bearish for Bitcoin. All big money is tied into Bitcoin. Wall Street is tied into Bitcoin. If Wall Street's losing money and it's coming down, Bitcoin comes down too because it's tied into Wall Street. Bitcoin's not going to go its own merry way. If the market's correct, Bitcoin's coming down as well. And that's right, the dollar is king. Right now it looks bad for the dollar, but when the stock market's correcting and Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin's coming down, and gold's coming down and silver's coming down, what are people going to jump into? Seashells? No, they're going to jump into the US dollar. It is the US currency. I mean, that's why, you know, stablecoins are pegged to, you know, the US dollar. They're not pegged to pesos and rupees. They're pegged to the US dollar. Gold is just manipulated as everything else. Come on, guys. And it doesn't matter if everything's coming down. You know, if gold is going up and everything else is coming down, yeah, they'll jump in gold. But again, if everything's last time we had a COVID crash, our COVID correction, everything came down. Everything, even the dollar. The dollar tanked as well, but the first to recover was the dollar. Yeah, if you're talking about TP, toilet paper is a great investment because you'll be able to sell that. But just make sure you have enough for yourself. Yeah, guys, if you want to join our Discord, I mean, Buck will teach you how to short at 100 times leverage, completely safe. You know, you'll be able to sleep at night. But yeah, if you want to join our Discord, guys, it is included with the $39 a month subscription. This is the link if you want to sign up. Make sure you contact me through the contact page. If you do sign up, you need to email me for the Discord invite link and for the to follow me on Twitter. I think what happens is the markets will correct. You know, everything will start coming down. The dollar probably will come down as well. But again, like I said, last time the dollar recovered first, I think that's what will happen again. Why would a chip shortage cause silver a silver shortage? I don't get that. I know a lot of chips probably use gold. I don't know if they use silver. Gold's a good conductor, so a lot of chips would use gold. I mean, a lot of processors use gold as their the guts of it. But something looks like it's afoot. I just if you guys have been following me for a while, you will understand why this setup right here to me is so important right here. And if you push up, 39,922 is the next point to short. But again, you can't get to 39,922. This is why I say load up the different labeled charts. Before we can push up to get to 39,922 on the C1 chart, we have to get above this resistance right here on the F1 chart. And we're testing it right now. Uh-oh, somebody said Buck's wrong. What is Buck wrong about? He trades like a robot. No miracle to push big BTC up. There's one miracle that can push BTC up, and that is Tether. Look, I think, people are talking about inflation with the US dollar. I mean, we're talking 10, 15, 20 years before it gets as bad as people think it'll get. And again, I'm just saying, just not long ago, it was last year, everything was tanking and the dollar started pushing up. So people got a short memory span. Down 90%. Actually, the dollar is pretty bullish from its previous low. It's actually been pushing up slowly and steadily. I mean, it's way down from its all-time high, but it's actually pushing up. So it's actually more bullish than you think. But I get it, you're smoking that moon boy hopium. I understand. When assets tank, the dollar goes up because they're selling. Exactly, Wyatt, exactly. Yeah, Buckwheat, he posts his trades all the time. And yeah, he shorted 41K. I think he used 100 times leverage. He made $25,000 on that trade. That's why Buck's becoming pretty popular, because he's not scared to play these rings. He plays them, and he plays them hard. Yeah, I'd be nervous, Rick. I don't see how you do it, Buck. You're reaping the rewards, but if one of those goes wrong, whew. Amen. Did you short? You shorted 41,200 at 93, or is that what Buck did? Shut up, cat. Thank you. Yeah, I know he did short at 63K. I would be very nervous in trades like that, but hey, they're working for him. So just watch this, guys. 39,347. That is our resistance. You get above that, then you're bullish to 39,922. And then when I get back, we'll load some other charts up, look at some different support and resistance levels. And do not forget, guys, I am going to be creating new charts. The Bitcoin charts, I might give them a little. I mean, all these charts are accurate. I don't really need to update anything. But I'll probably create some new ones, because I like finding FIB circles to play, because FIB circles are your secret weapon. Because I don't think a lot of people knew 41K was going to get rejected. And you couldn't do that with a trend line, I don't think. I don't think you could do that with a FIB retracement, but that damn ring played out. Yeah, well, that sucks for BitBoy. And I will be adding FIB circles to all of the charts. So what I do, and the good thing is it won't take as long, because some of these charts, I've already found the direction the price is moving. So I just need to create new FIB channels, and then, then I go in and find FIB circles, but that does take a while. It can take up to an hour or so to find the correct placement of those FIB circles. Like this red ring right here. The way I place this red ring is based on this chart. So that's how, we played the hell out of this red ring down here. I mean, see what happened to this red ring. You hit it, with support and resistance, resistance. Came up, got above it a bit, got below it, it was resistance. Then it became support, 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 and played the hell out. Every time you hit the ring, buy. 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 And then then we started respecting this orange ring, right? But this is the next red ring up. That's why I said, hey guys, this is a red ring. Not to mention, this is where we got rejected. The same red ring right here. 1, 2, 3 times. So that's how I knew that, it was a safer play to short 41K. And it played out. Thank you, Tony. Well, fib circles can project. I mean, you can make a fib circle as big as you want. It's just how you use them and how you place them. And once you place them, and basically it's as simple as this. I use a fib channel chart to create the fib circles. And when you notice that price is respecting a fib circle on the left, you like split the fib circle right down the middle. And on the left side, if every time price hits one of those rings and it respects it, and it's doing this completely, I mean every single time, support and resistance, 100% for a fact when price hits a ring on the right side, it's going to respect it as support and resistance. And when you cross one, it will be a pivot point for a major move. That's just how it works. And Wyatt, I have tutorials teaching you how that. This is a new method I came up with. The traditional way to use a fib circle is swing high, swing low. Just like you would use a pitchfork. You go from a swing high to swing low to swing high. That's not how I use fib circles. I use it completely outside of the box. A whole new method I came up with. So if you watch the tutorials, which you can access through my website, I do teach you that method. So you can create these charts yourself. And keep this in mind, guys. I wasn't like an avid trader with years of experience. I was just someone that was just curious, about charting and what these tools were. What the hell are these little rings? What do you do with this? Is this a target? How do you use this? And I noticed that, if you play around with it, price respects it. So I wanted to find out how to place those where I knew price would respect it, an easier way to match it to price. And I hit the jackpot. Guys, I play my charts too, alright? Just understand. I play them. A lot of you guys have access to them or playing them. I think if you go back and watch most of my live streams, I think they've pretty much been on point. I'm not saying I haven't been wrong. I didn't expect Bitcoin to push up as high as it did, but every time we pushed up, I told you where the top was. And I think every time I told you we had a top, we had a top. We had that top at 42K. We came down. I said buy at that blue ring. We pushed up. I told you 65K was the top. We dropped from that point. So, and again, that was a fib circle, guys. That was a fib circle way back. Over a year ago, they'd been sitting there. I said if we pushed up from a certain point, our top would have been like 53,000. And if we would have hit the ring at that point, it would have been. And I said, when we hit the ring, that's when we get rejected. It took longer to hit the ring. When we make contact with the ring was 65K. That's when we got rejected. So you don't know when you're going to make contact with the ring, but you know when you hit the ring, bam, time to short. And same thing with that red ring up there, 41K. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off the mic. I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to go get my coffee. I'm going to leave this running just so we can watch what happens, guys. Again, let me recap. We're testing 49,347. Even if we push up, remember, this ring will be resistance again. These are magical rings. I don't know why. It's just like trend lines and fib retracements. It's Fibonacci, but encompassed in a circle. All right, I'm going to get the coffee. I'll be back, guys. We'll load up some other charts, talk about a few things, but just pay attention to the Dow Jones here. Your first target down below, if this comes crashing down, is right here. And let me make sure I have this where you can see everything. All right, I can give the cat some greenies. All right, I'm going to kill the mic. If anybody asks, I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, all right? All right, I can give Alright, hey guys, I'm back. I had to get my Dunkin'. So look, I don't suggest anyone use leverage. Look how I play it. I buy support, I sell at resistance, but I buy with 1 Bitcoin. So if it goes up 1,000, I make 1,000. If it goes down 1,000, I lose 1,000. If you've never used leverage before and that's something you're interested in doing, then that's something you would ask in Discord. You know, someone like Buck and other people. You know, they can tell you what exchanges they use. They can tell you how they set up their trades. So that's where Discord would come in handy. And they're always creating their own charts and sharing those charts. So again, it is a wealth of knowledge. Everybody's there to help each other out. It's not like other Discords where, you know, it's free access. Everybody there pays to be there, so they take it more seriously. It's like a little family, a little community. We all help each other out. We do have little back and forth between some of the bulls and the bears. I know, she needs to shut up. I really need to contact Greenies and see if they'll sponsor my channel. Kat likes that idea. Free Greenies for her. How many do you want? Alright, fine. 6 it is. Come on. Alright, you get 6. That's it. You cut off until later tonight. No, Callium, I did not know about that, but I'm telling you, my chart shows me something major's going to happen. Maybe that's why they're in talks. Who knows? I just go by the charts. I didn't know anything about, you know, when we topped out at 65K, there was no fundamentals or anything in the news I was going by. I was just going by a damn ring. Just a ring. It said, look, that previous ring we respected, the ring below we respected, so when we hit 65K, that would be the point we top out, and damned if we didn't top out there. And it was just going by a damn ring. That's it. That is how powerful these fib circles are. She got her fixed. Should be okay for a little bit. But so far we're holding that support at 39,123. But we're still holding resistance at 39,147. So it's a battle. It's a battle between the yellow line on C1 and that kind of beige line on the F1 chart. C1 left, F1 middle, Dow Jones right. I have altcoin charts, Ethereum, Litecoin, so your support and resistance levels are there. How low we go? Well, that depends on how low Bitcoin goes. But if Ethereum drops, your support levels are already mapped out, so you know when to potentially long and short. Again, I mean, I'm hoping something happens soon. I mean, this could, the markets close here. I'm Eastern Standard Time, so the markets opened at 9:30 a.m. The markets don't close till 4 p.m. So this could just sit here and go sideways and then have a big move before market close. But I think, according to my charts, the Dow is down from here. And again, I'm expecting, we're sitting around 34,253 right now. I'm talking about dropping over 2,000 points. And if that happens, you know, that means the other markets are going to come down as well. Yes, there's a death cross coming up for Bitcoin in the process. I look at all the markets as a whole, but again, what I'm saying is if one comes down, they all come down. I mean, something happens that causes the markets to come down. So I'm just using the Dow Jones. That's the one I charted. Yeah, well, I think we could move sideways and just move right down that ring. Once you get above that ring, maybe we push up. We'll have to see. But right now, that red ring is resistance. So that is the ring. That is the chart you need to watch. I would watch all of the charts I have labeled A1 through G1. And G1 I can put up on the screen again. G1 has that orange ring we've been respecting. Every time we hit it, we get a bounce. The red ring above on the G1 chart, not the F1 chart, that is going to be next major resistance above. The Dow's just sitting there. Hasn't moved. People are trying to decide what the hell they're going to do. Oil is a precursor. If oil drops, I think markets drop with oil. So oil is a good indicator of what's going to happen. I mean, oil moves. I mean, it moves everything. The whole planet runs on gas and oil. So if there's less oil being used, the price drops, that means the economy's slowing, which means that's bad for markets. Frey, yes, for you to join our Discord and to get access to my Twitter, you have to be subscribed to my charts. So once you subscribe, you shoot me an email through the contact page. I'll verify you have an account, and then I'll send you the Discord invite link. And then I'll give you instructions on how to follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is private, guys. Because my Twitter is kind of a guide. I say, hey, we're coming up on resistance, coming up on support. Look at this chart. So, yeah, it's not something that's out for the public. Well, again, I don't know how fast or how slow it'll come down. I'm telling you, we're at major resistance. We broke 2 major support levels. So to me, that means more than likely we're coming down. I can't tell you how fast we'll come down. But to me, it looks like we are going to head down. It's the same chart I predicted the last crash before COVID. Down to the exact week. Yeah, guys, if you want to hit, I thank you, Bryce. If you want to hit the like button, it does. It helps me out. It makes these videos. Maybe some of you don't want that, but it does help these videos get seen by others. So it helps me reach more people if you do hit the like button. And yeah, if you aren't subscribed, hey, you don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. But if you do subscribe, hold on a sec, guys. Sorry, guys, that was JPM. They occasionally call me and give me tips about what the markets are going to do. I have a friend that knows the CEO. It's confidential information. You'll see what kind of time frame this could happen in. You need to open the Dow Jones chart trading view. It's called the Dow Jones original chart, by the way. Yeah, so my friend that knows the CEO of JPM, he said that it looks likely that we're going to have some major moves for the stock market. to the downside, which plays along with my chart. I trust this guy. He's been working at Jiffy Plumbing Masters for a while, or that's how he knows the owner. So he's heavily into stocks when he's not unclogging toilets. Damn, you can't drop the bomb and not tell us. I just did. Yeah, they're a great plumbing service. And he just happens to be in crypto too. I trust all of the information he gives me. He knows his shit. Pun intended. No problem. So yeah, it looks like 39,347 is our resistance now. Isn't it crazy? It's just like stopped. Like everything stopped. The Dow isn't moving. Bitcoin isn't moving. Everything is just frozen right now. Like all the wells and everybody's just like, okay, what are we going to do? What's happening here? Nope, it's just stuck. The price isn't even moving. Bitcoin's at 39,270 and 56 cents. It has not moved. Okay, there we go. It moved up $1. So the only thing I trade, I was trading Link, Bitcoin I do trade, daily. Some coins I can't trade because I'm on Coinbase. You can't trade on Coinbase. But Ethereum I was trading. But as far as the stock market, the only thing I play is the Dow because that's the chart I charted that it's been very accurate. Those orange rings and those resistance and support levels are just bang on. So potentially when to do a put or a call. So I do contracts on the Dow. Well, of course, he's a plumber. They deal with that all the time. Yeah, maybe that's what they're waiting for, the Fed meeting. And I know how that Fed meeting is going to go. It's not going to go good for the stock market. How do I know? Because of that orange ring right there with that white arrow. They don't even need to have the meeting. They might as well just cancel it because we already know what's going to happen. At least I know. Coinbase lets you trade, just you buy and sell. You buy low, you sell high. That's how you do it. But they delisted XRP, so I can't trade XRP. My thoughts on UFOs? If it's unexplained, it's a UFO. Doesn't mean it's an alien. I don't know if the Fed's going to raise interest rates. I have no idea. I'm not following that. I told you, I follow... Look, Fib circles, it's basically... Again, I'm trying to explain this to you. When you set up a Fib circle a certain way, and price respects it to the left, it's going to respect it to the right. That's how yesterday in that live stream I said short 41K. I said short right here. I didn't know about anything particular that was happening. I didn't know anything about Binance or Tether or any wells. I just knew that this ring was potentially a point to short because of how we respected this ring previously. That's what I'm trying to show you. Support and resistance levels, yeah, you hit it, you might go above it, you might go below it. But when you come to a ring and you've been respecting this ring, not to mention the previous ring, this one here we respected the hell out of right here. This is the next ring, the next red ring up, and that ring we respected as well. Rejected 3 times. Again, just common sense says, hey, when you make contact with that ring, you're short. And that's what happened. It's that simple. It's how you set up the charts. Once the charts are set up, you know potentially where to short and where to long. And again, that is why the Dow Jones, that orange ring, is a very important orange ring. And that yellow line is a very important support level. We are below that. That is bearish. That's how I was able to tell you to short 65K, guys. This chart here, let me show you. I think that's the E1 chart. Let me load that chart up. And do you remember the videos I put out? I made one video where I was showing it was probably about maybe 7-8 months ago. I was talking about that orange ring. I said if it pushed up, it'd be 59,000. But I said whenever we make contact, I said that is when you would short, and that's when Buck put in his short. And he could have shorted 65K, but he shorted I think 63K. But right here, let me show you. Let me get some stuff off of this chart. Some of this is privileged. Oh, and right here at the this is a daily. All right, so this chart right here. So if you followed me, guys, how many of you followed me back when I said short 65K? That was the top. This is the E1 chart. Let me see. Look at this Bollinger Band. And I keep the Bollinger Band on these charts. When you come up, you hit the Bollinger Band, boom, rejected, and that just happened to be, look, right at this red ring. But this is the chart right here. And the reason I said, let me get rid of the volume. Let me just put this up here. This is why I said to Bollinger Band, let me get rid of this, a lot in this chart, hold on. This is why I said, and remember back here? Remember I did that animation? Remember I did that animation about this blue ring right here? I said when we hit this blue ring, this was a point to potentially short. We hit that ring, we came down, well, roughly about almost 20%. And I said every time you hit the ring, it would be support. You buy, you buy. And at this point, you know, I made a video and I was talking about if we push up, when you make contact with this ring, let me get rid of this one. This is the one we're respecting now. I'm going to hide it just for now, okay? But this ring right here, I have curves representing the ring. But I could show you the published version, but this ring goes all the way out. But what I knew was you're respecting this ring here. We came up and respected this ring and this red ring. And at the point I said, look, if we pushed up, you know, if we went ballistic, that's the words I said. I said if we just shot straight up, you would get rejected around 59,542. It was when you make contact, depends on the price. Well, look what happened. When we pushed up and made contact with this ring, it just so happened the point we made contact was 65K. That's why I said that was the top. And we came down ever since. We dropped a total of a 53, almost 54% from that point. Again, just like I showed you with this red ring here, just like I'm showing you with this orange ring here. This gave you a macro target. When you hit this ring, this was the point to take your profit and get the hell out. Oh, thanks for letting me know about the mic light, guys. Yeah, so later if anybody's watching the stream, I have been talking. If you ever see, you know, charts moving and me moving my mouse, I'm talking. I just forgot to turn the mic light on. Thank you, guys. But again, 65K was the top. So again, and what I'm showing you is right now, let me put this back, that ring, hold on. So right now, if we push up, your next resistance to watch, you know, if we happen to push up, you still have to get above. Look right here. If we push up today, 43,482. If we happen to push up and hit 43,842, this is on the daily. So if we pushed up to there, that is where you short. Write that number down. 43,482. If we push up to that today, that is the perfect point to put in a short. And you say, well, how the hell do you know that? Look at this ring. It was resistance, support, support, support. It was resistance, 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 resistance. I mean, look at this. This is just a ring that price just has to respect. I don't know why, but it has to respect it for some reason. It keeps respecting it. Look, resistance, support, 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 break it, crash. Back here, it was more support. Support, support, became resistance, resistance. And that's what I'm saying. When you're respecting a ring going back this far, resistance, support, support, that's how you know. That's when I said when we dropped, I said the likely point to catch a bounce was on that ring. And look what happened right here. Look at these daily candles. You got these crazy wicks. This wick below this ring came all the way down 18%. But look where the daily candles opened each time on this red ring. 1, 2, 3, 4 daily candles. I said if we break it, we come down. We came down, we pushed up. You got 3 more daily candles above this ring. Look at that. And I said if we break it, we come down. We found support on this trend line. We pushed up. This is where I said short 40K, guys. You remember that? Short 40K, we shorted. Well, I didn't short. I just took my profit. But if you short 40K, that's where I said short, because we were at this ring. You had resistance at the red ring. You had resistance at this orange ring. This was the ideal point to put in a short. Had you taken that short, you were 22% in profit. And then had you longed, this chart was on par with 3 other charts. That's why I said 32,000, 31,000 was a great point to buy. So this is where you buy, you ride it up, and bam. Now you're up a total of, oh, come on, measure tool, what's with you? Now you were up total 32%. Now you're up 25, almost 26%. So that's what I'm saying. You know, based on this chart, you already have a roadmap of price. You know that if you come down, your support is right here. We know that because every time you hit this damn orange ring, look at this. Look at these candles. 1, 2. Drop below it a bit, open back above it, got a pump. So if you come down, this is a point too long right here. This is at 34,600. Out here is 33,527. You break below that, you'll catch support around here. And if things get really bad, which I think it probably will, it's very likely, if we drop, you know, your next major support to catch a bounce, macro target is right here at this ring. Yeah, the rings, all right? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Price respects support and resistance levels. But when you set up a fib circle, you actually have timing when you can hit these points. And they're actually reversal points. So when you hit a ring, you know this is a point too short or long. When you hit resistance, yeah, you can play those. But when you hit a ring, you definitely want to play that. Buck lives for the rings. He goes in 100% long or short on those rings. But again, I'm just showing you these different charts. You know, the G1 chart, E1 chart, those are macro targets. And I can show you the published version of the chart. So some of you might be saying, he might be moving those rings. That's not possible. You can't do that. Let me show you the published version of that chart. So for some of you non-believers, I know, some of them don't believe me, Kitty. I'm going to show them. All right. Let me change our thing here. All right, hold on, guys. Look, I'm just going to say that I do well playing on charts. And I don't use leverage. Again, I just buy at support, sell at resistance. All right. Come on, Kitty. Just stop. Hold on, I'm trying to find this chart. You sound pathetic, you know that? She wants those greenies really bad. Alright, hold on, almost there. Alright, here we go. So this right here. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. I do have a version of this published sooner. Look, we're breaking support. We're coming down. Look at that. Heading down. But look at this chart. I mean, I have a previously published version, but I just want you to show you that we did top out at that orange ring. So this is that lower ring I was talking about, the price respecting that orange ring. This is the next orange ring up that I was talking about. You know, we got temporary rejection. Notice we get rejected right here, rejected, rejected, rejected. And we did find support. This is that next orange ring up, right? And I said if we got rejected, our target was this red ring. And I just showed you that chart. So I'm going to hit play so you can see that, you know, this is a published chart. This is published on November 14, 2020. If I hit play, watch where we top out. right at the orange ring because we knew we respected this orange ring. We're respecting this red ring. You see, we respected this orange ring. This is the next orange ring up. As soon as we hit it, we got rejected. Where did we come down? We found support right on this white ring. Found support on this red ring. Again, it's a friggin' roadmap to price. Fib circles are the most underrated tool because people have not found a way to use them yet where they can actually use them to trade, and I have, and I'm giving you that. So we know, look, if we topped out at this ring, right? We topped out up here at 65K. We're below this ring. If this is a dead cat bounce, where are we headed? We're probably going to bounce down this white ring, and this is your target right here. We know that because this is the next ring down. This is your macro target for a reversal. All right, fine, Jesus. No, you have to eat it here. Got to put that cat in a program. This is the E1 chart, the one I just showed you. I just showed you the E1 chart. This is a published version of the E1 chart. And let me show you the published version of the that Dow Jones chart on the right. You want to see something freaky? I'm clicking back. No, okay, hold on. So let me show you the Dow Jones chart and why I'm doing a stream right now. Why I'm telling you that there's a possible crash coming. That I think a lot of people just have no idea what's about to take place. Hold on, guys. I got a lot of charts here. I'm trying to find it. I'm almost there. All right, here we go. This is the chart. This is the same chart right here. This is the Dow Jones chart right here. So the chart you see here on the right here, this orange ring is actually these light blue rings right here. You can barely see it. These are kind of ghosted. These little blue rings right here are these orange rings. This is published on January 7th, 2020. Right here, I said these are your support levels. These are the targets I gave. I made a video about this. I said it was going to be the last week in February. I said your first target was 27,441 to potentially 26,187. Again, published on January 7, 2020. Exact same chart right here, Dow Jones original. If I hit play, look. We hit my targets on the exact week. And then we came all the way down here, bottom right on this ring. And look what happened. Look what happened when we push up. Notice how I respect these blue rings here. Notice we topped out right here at this blue ring, short. Came down, hit this blue ring long, hit this blue ring short. Watch what happens. It comes right back down, touches this ring. See that? Hit the ring and pushed up. So you knew when to short, when to long, when to short, when to long. And just to show you that this is the same chart, so you're like, well, how do I know it's the same chart? Look right here. That right there that you're looking at with those blue rings is right here. Right here we topped out. Look. Top. Found support, hit the top, you short. It just bounced back and forth between the rings. That's what happened. And then we pushed up to this one. This is right here. This is the apex I was talking about when they passed the stimulus package. And I said if we push up, so this was our apex. This is when they released stimulus package on March 11th. We pushed up. I said we push up to the next ring. I have the rings orange on this chart. But you can see this is where we're at now, and we are below this support, and we're below this ring, and this is what I'm talking about. So just like you saw before, we bounced between ring to ring. So if we come down, your potential target is right here. So I'm just showing you the power of fib circles. When you set them up a certain way, you have a roadmap where price is going. And right now, look at Bitcoin coming down, guys. So I told you to short 41,000 as the top. Had you stayed in your short right now from 41,000, you are now up almost 6% in your short. And it's still coming down. And I expect the Dow to continue coming down as well. According to my chart, it is not looking good for the stock market. And with all the stuff going on, global shortage of semiconductors, car prices are going up. They can't create new cars. They can't make new cars because they don't have the semiconductors. Oh yeah, I give the cat. Water out of the cooler. I would never give it tap water. You're still in your short? Awesome. Yeah, guys, if you do want to sign up, let me give you the link here. And again, it's $39 a month. You try it for 1 month. And if you like it, you know, July 4th's coming up. I'll have another lifetime special. If you don't, you know, if you can't pay with credit card or PayPal and you do want to pay with crypto, contact me through the contact page of the website. I'll work something out with you, but it won't be for a monthly, maybe lifetime or something. I don't know. But I'm not offering crypto payments for monthly. Guys, I think it's a lot more bearish than some people think. I think the Dow is getting ready to dump. And again, if markets come down, just going by previous moves in the market with Bitcoin, when the markets come down, Bitcoin follows. Yeah, and now, look, now we're below this support, right? So now your current support is this moving average right here, which is probably the 200 exponential on the 3 hour. So if this breaks, your next support to catch a bounce is 38,396. Now your resistance is 39,085. So again, we're just stepping down. But your ultimate target, according to the C1 chart, if we continue down, is 36,000. Contact me through the contact page. I'll talk to you and see what's up. All right. I'm not officially offering lifetime right now, but if you can only pay with crypto, that's the only way you can pay is for lifetime. So if you want to contact me through the contact page, I'll talk to you. But before I officially offer lifetime again, it'll be on a holiday like July 4th or something, when nobody's probably going to be on here anyways. And if you do want to contact me through the contact page, here's the direct link. It's just my email address there. You'll have to copy and paste it, but you can reach me with this email address. Thank you, Callium. I appreciate that. So how many of you guys, I have to ask, how many of you guys made your money back paying monthly? And how long did it take? And if you paid for lifetime, which is $299, how long did it take before you made your money back for what you paid? Or did you not make your money back what you paid for it? Regardless of what you put into it, did you make your money back that you put into it? Look, I'm not going to tell you to sell or not sell, all right? I just show you where your support resistance levels are, that's all. And I just knew that ring was a point to short. So Bat made it back in a day. Mike D made it back in 3 days. Zoran made it back in 1 day. Damn, Victor took hours. Crypto Daniel a week. So it seems like everybody that put the money into it, they made it back. Yes, I did. Lifetime took 1 trade. Took me 1 week, 3 days of trading. That's awesome, Callium. Mike D, lifetime purchase. Made my $299 back in a week. Awesome. RJ in his first trade. Steve kindly update C1 chart. Yeah, I started the stream before I updated charts. Every morning when I wake up, I load all the labeled charts and I adjust the price labels. That's what Eric's talking about. I need to move those price labels. Eric, when I kill the stream, I'll do that. Just bear with me. If the price label is in the way, remember you can right click it and hit hide so it's not blocking price. Mithan, 1 day. John Papa said yes. Robert, something, 3 days. Thanks to Bat and Buck. Yeah, a lot of guys in Discord help you out too. Lifetime member made it back first trade. That's so awesome, guys. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Straight line to $1 million, 9 months covered in 5 days. Fantastic, John Papa. Seriously, get your hands on these charts. They're a godsend. Wow, that's thank you, Callium. Today, Fed conference, it will decide. I'm looking forward to see what comes from that. Do you do charts also for altcoins? I do. I do have a lot of altcoin charts. I will admit some of those are out of date, and those are going to be updated over the next couple days. I told you that in the last live stream. The only reason I'm doing this live stream now is to let you know that it is very possible we could have a market correction. If a market correction happens, Bitcoin will be coming down. Just want to make you aware of that. Just signed up 10 minutes ago, so I'm still waiting to make mine back. All right, Eric, give it time. But make sure that you do email me, and I will send you the Discord invite link and get you access to my Twitter. Thomas Powell, first trade. Well, guys, thank you. That's awesome. Can you check the July 2020 bars pattern to see whether the dump last month lines up with dump December 2019? I don't think it really matters if it lines up. Right now, I'm telling you, we could potentially have a stock market correction. If the stock market corrects, Bitcoin's coming down, period, Matthew. It doesn't matter if it matches up with previous bars patterns. Do you do link charts? Yeah, I have chain link. The chain link chart currently is useless, but that will be updated. Yeah, and that's the first place I go on Twitter. You know, when I do a live stream, I have to set up all of the title and the description, and I have to start the stream, and I got to make posts and do this and make a thumbnail. It takes a lot of time. On Twitter, I just say, hey, load up this chart. We're at resistance. Load up this chart. We're at support. So Twitter is really fast and easy. And Discord as well. And in Discord, I can't look at all the charts all the time. So people in Discord are like, hey, check out this chart. We're at support. We're at resistance. Or they make their own charts and say, hey, check out this moving average. So at least in Discord, you're 24/7. People are always talking about different coins. And hey, pay attention to this and that. But just for me, I keep you guys updated on Twitter. And I try to put those posts on Discord as well. I don't have TrueFi charted, so there's no reason for me loading it up. And guys, be careful. I've noticed that even here in the chat, like people were talking about Hex, trying to pump it, trying to act like they're part of the chat. And I've seen a lot of comments where people say, hey, great video. I've heard about this coin. Guys, they're trying to push these coins on people, and they're just scams. So be careful. I mean, they're going all out right now trying to get people to jump in these altcoins, which just tells me it's another pump and dump. You're professional at losing. Well, maybe we could change that for you. I mean, nothing's ever certain. All right. When I said that we could top out at that red ring, there was always a possibility we could push above it. I just try to show you why I feel more confident in a potential point too short or a potential point too long. I tried to explain it, and I think it makes sense. And it did play out that way. It could have gone the other way. I'm glad it played out that way. But I try to show you why, just inspecting the charts. It just, when you have them set up a certain way, you have an idea, roadmap for price action. Had we pushed up, well, then we look at other scenarios. But that was the most likely scenario that we would dump from 41K. And I have your macro targets to the upside and the downside. I can tell you that if we start pushing up, if we start just going ballistic, I know for a fact around 70K to 75K, there's two rings up there, will be a top. Your 64K call for the top was awesome. Nobody else was saying that. Actually, it was 65K, but thank you, Mike D. I think if it would hit sooner, it would have been 64K. When it made contact, it was 65K. But yeah, I said when we hit the ring. I subscribed 15 days ago and was just watching and learning for those days because I'm a novice in trading and lots of terms I don't really understand, but I short BTC today and made $12 profit. Hey, that's a start. And yeah, when I started out, I didn't know what the hell a candle was. It's like, what the hell does candles have to do with trading? And I was already charting. Oh, that's what a candle is. I get it. That's a wick. Now I understand why they call it a candle wick. Yeah, again, I was new to trading. I just like to figure stuff out. I like to have an advantage to see how I can find that advantage, and that's how I came up with this. And guys, I do have tutorials if you want to learn how to create these charts for yourself. So if you don't want to wait for me to create one, it's pretty straightforward. I have tutorials where I narrate the whole thing. All right, Matthew Miller, if it were seeing, hold on. All right, what were you saying? If it's seen repeated at the beginning of 2020, Bitcoin will go up to 48,000 before then dumping to 25, 28K. I'm asking because I see that's what other people are saying. Other people are saying it's going to push up to 48K or potentially higher and then dump. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. If most people think that's going to happen, it probably won't happen. My my suggestion to you is look and see if there's more shorts or longs. Usually that's your indicator right there. If more people are long on the market, then it's probably going to friggin' tank. If more people are short, it's probably going to push up because that's how it works. That's how exchanges make their money, liquidating longs and shorts. People are probably more bullish and long right now, and that's why the price is dumping. Thank you, Mike D. Yeah, no one knows. That is true. Anybody says they know for sure, with the exception of a few of my calls. I'll have to say that. But yeah, no one knows for sure. All they can do is give you probabilities. It's more likely, we'll get rejected here. It's more likely we'll find support here. Just a few of my calls happen to play out. And I think it's probably because they're rings. Because again, when price respects a ring to the left, I don't know why. It's encoded in nature. For some reason, if it respects it to the left, it has to respect it to the right. That's how we knew to get out 65K. That's how we knew to buy when we hit the red ring. That's how we knew to buy at 32K. That's just what the charts show, guys. On your platform, only 20% of users are bearish. Okay, yes, that is an indicator that is coming down. And again, that's how exchanges make their money, liquidating those longs and shorts. If it breaks up, the next red ring, are you talking about the F1 chart? Yeah, let me make this brighter. I mean, and it's a ring, guys. It depends on when you make contact with it. But yeah, that next red ring actually is right here. Hold on. All right, this ring right here. So yeah, if we pushed up, that ring would be at, well, you have to get above resistance at 44,408. But yeah, if we pushed up, let's just say we kind of went up and sideways, that would be one hell of a pump, 47,541. But by then I'd already be bullish. Remember the last live stream, I said if we get above 46,000, I get bullish. Rob, I buy support, sell resistance, but if you're asking when I get bullish, when we get above 46K. And the reason for that is because of that red ring and because of that support level in the G1 chart. 46,000, if we get above that and hold support, I get bullish, as in potentially to put in a new all-time high. As long as we're below that, then, potentially we have a lot lower to go. And look how well this held as resistance right here. I mean, this is a fib channel line we've been respecting. I created this chart. This is not just a line. This line is just outlining a fib channel, how this chart was created a long time ago. And notice what happened. We came down and we pushed below. Look, we came below. It was resistance. It could not get above it. Now we're coming down. So where's your next support? Well, if you want to chance a long, this is where you would chance it, 38,446. You won't get much of a bounce there. If we do continue dropping, I'll probably load some other charts up. I can tell you, you'll probably catch a bounce on these trend lines because price has been respecting them. This is not part of the chart. These are just patterns. These are just trend lines I just added to the chart because we've been respecting. But if you drop down to this point, you'll catch a bounce. If you drop to this point, you'll catch a bounce. And if we drop down to 36,111, you'll catch a bounce. Thank you, Matt Savage. All right, C1, D1. Yeah, we're testing support on C1. Let me load up D1. And that's why I say, guys, when I create these charts, I chart them different ways because price is respecting different trend lines at different angles, multiple trend lines. If I put it all in one chart, it'd be too confusing. That's why I chart them different ways. So someone mentioned the D1 chart. Let me load up the D1 chart and let's see what's going on. So we're at support on C1, and this is what I tell you guys, Confluence. If you have two charts up, if you're at C1 and you're at support on D1 as well, likely that will hold as support to potentially catch a bounce. So let's watch this live and see what happens. So I'm going to put the D1 chart up right here. taking his word for it that we were at support. Let's see. All right, so there is, well, I don't know. We'll have to see. That's a little lower. This is at 38,371. Actually, that's pretty close. So to me, these are pretty steep lines right here. And this is what they meant. I need to move these price labels. I usually do this every morning, but I wanted to get the stream up. This is what I do in the mornings. I just go through and, you know, show you where your key support and resistance levels are. Update the chart. And move this here so you can see it. So, all right, let's see what happens. Let's see. And I told you this is support, 38,421. And if we do break that and come below, yes, you will have support here as well. Let me see if, let me look at the A1 chart. All right, we've already broken support on the A1 chart. I just updated the price labels for A1, guys. So if you hit refresh, and there's a ring down there as well. All right, let's check out. All right, we got C1 up. Let's look at B1. Hold on. Well, yeah. So we're below a lot of support. We're below a lot. There's not many support levels below. Once you break support on, and this is what I'm saying, once you break support on the C1 right here, right at 38,421, and once you break support here on the D1 chart right here at 38,300, I don't have support on most of these charts until we get down to potentially, I mean, yeah, we're talking 35,000 to 36,000 before you catch your next bounce. That's correct. I'm bullish above 46K. Yeah, my target is around 18,000 something, and you know what? It's like 19,000 around that area, but you know, there's also confluence with that. Not only do we, the next major support level, if you watched yesterday's live stream, I showed you this key support level that goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin that we've been respecting. If we break that support at 32K, that is the next fib channel line below that prices have been respecting since the beginning of Bitcoin. So if we break that support, I think that's ultimately where we're headed. And that just so happens to be the top in 2017. We made it to what, 19,800, whatever it was. That's where we topped out in 2017. That just coincides. That previous resistance would become support. And we got a line right there. We got some gaps right there. So yeah, I think 19,000 seems like a likely point to catch a nice bounce. So that could be where we're headed. But we need to see, you know, it's one support and resistance level at a time, guys. You break one, you go to the next one. I mean, it's no coincidence. Watch what happens. I mean, just watch how these charts play out. You know, it's great when price moves. When price isn't moving, we don't really get to see much. Let's see here. Let me try to get 4 charts on the screen here. So we got our C1 chart. And let's move this over here. Dow doesn't need much room. Dow's trying to make its mind up what it wants to do. Alright, so we'll get this one up here. Alright, let's see if we catch a bounce. And we're looking at potentially 38,300, or potentially we'll hold support at 38,450. So within 140 points. Or $130, something like that. But again, you know, look, from this point where I said short, guys, I mean, play the rings, play the support. The D1 is more macro targets. C1 and F1 has some smaller targets. Yeah, and I can show you that chart again, guys, why that is such an important, and I have the B1 chart up. If that's around 36,000, I'm going to close this chart. I just want to show you real quick why that if we break 32,000, we'll be coming down. And this is my peak of the bull run 2.0 chart. I renamed it G1 so it's easier to load it up for you guys to so I have to type peak of the bull run chart. But this is why, if we break that support, we're coming down to this target here. And again, I covered this yesterday. So your first major support, guys. So and this is what I'm talking about. If we come down, your first major support will be this ring. Okay, this is around, you know, if we drop straight down today, that's 34,525. Out here is 33,000. But this is what's key right here. If we break this support level here at 31,724, and again, I showed you this yesterday, this line has been respected going back since the beginning of Bitcoin as support and resistance. Goes all the way back. You can see all that support and resistance. This is a key support level. But look at this blue line right here. Look at all this support pushed up, right? And look at this. It was support. We broke it, bottomed right here, came up as resistance, more support, resistance. We've been respecting this blue line. So what I'm saying is, if we break right here, if we break 31,700-ish, your next target is going to be down here around 19,500. And if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, that is where we topped out. Look, horizontal line here. Look, right here. Bam, right here. This is where we topped out in December 17, 2017. That is right on par with this target. So if we break 31,700, you know, right here is your next support, close to 20,000. If we touch it again, we could break it. Who knows? I'll still buy there to catch a little bounce, but I'll have a stop set for sure. But again, this chart, when I created it, price is respecting these trend lines in that direction. It isn't horizontal. It isn't just, you know, horizontal lines you're bouncing off of. It's actually a price is traveling in a certain trajectory, a certain direction, and this chart is charted in that direction. That's why these are so accurate. That's why the Fib circles are so accurate. And again, if you want to access these charts, again, it's $39 a month. You get access to all the Bitcoin charts, all the altcoin charts, precious metals, and you get access to Discord and Twitter. There's a subscribe link. Pim, welcome to our club, guy. If you want to access Twitter and Discord, make sure you send me an email. If you're subscribed and you send me a follow request on Twitter, I'm just going to delete it. You have to email me so I can look up your account, and then I'll allow you to follow me on Twitter. And I will send you the invite link for the Discord. And when you get in there, just say hello, you know. People are pretty friendly in there. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. Where would you place your stop if you buy it at 19,500? Probably a lot lower, because they'll come wick you out. At that price, I'd be willing to lose a couple thousand to stay in. So I'd probably set it maybe $2,000 below. I think that's pretty strong support, but I wouldn't want to get wicked out and then push right back up. So remember, they do stop hunt. At 19,500, I'd probably set my stop maybe at 17,000. I think it would hold, but at least if it dropped down to 17,000, it's probably going down much lower. Look, I don't know that that's good advice from Matthew. I do understand what he's saying. If you're confident that that is strong support, which I am very confident that is strong support, yeah, they could send price down just to stop people out and send it right back up. So a stop would suck if it stops you out and then you just realize, oh shit, I just missed out on all those gains because they stopped me out. But, you know, a stop loss will protect you if it does crash. That's just however you trade. It's up to you. I have set stop losses before, got stopped out, price pushed back up, and I kicked myself. So just don't have too tight of a stop loss. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, guys, hit the likes. I appreciate it. And again, if you are subscribed, again, only subscribe if you want. But if you do want to be notified and have these live streams, make sure you tick that notification all bell. So how many of you people are still short from 41K? I know some people, they like to close their shorts and take their profits, which is good. If you don't take profits, you miss out on profits you could have made. This could always push back up. but from 41K, we're down at 38.7. I'm just curious how many people are still in that short from yesterday. Yeah, Bitcoin. That's what I'm talking about. Again, the lowest I think Bitcoin could possibly go. If you guys need, and I have that on the G1 chart, the 300 weekly and the 200 weekly. If things got super bearish, if you're looking for the lowest point Bitcoin would go, I think the lowest point we'd go would probably be the 300 weekly, maybe the 200 weekly. 200 weekly is probably around 14K, 300 weekly, maybe it's around 11K now. Well, if you shorted from 41K, you're still sitting pretty right now, and we might go lower. I know people are talking about some wave 5 that hasn't finished. Or I don't know about Elliott Wave, but I do know that a lot of people that use Elliott Wave, they use my charts to find those targets. So if that wave, whichever wave we're in, going up or down, it helps them find that target. Yeah, guys, sometimes, I get it. A lot of people, sometimes, selling is the hardest point. Buying in, but you always want a little bit more. You don't want to sell. Like, what if it goes a little higher? If I get out too soon? It happens to me all the time. But if you do miss out, if you don't take your profit, eventually you're going to miss out on profit you could have made. It's a tough call sometimes. You gotta be you gotta give yourself a plan and stick with it. When you make a certain amount of profit, you're happy with it. Set a stop. That way, if it comes down, it stops you out. If it pushes back up, so be it. You don't necessarily have to sell, but just have your stop set. So if it comes down and stops you out, then you've taken your profit and you're fine. All right, Frey. Yeah, after the stream, I'll respond to emails. Well, you got my age way off, but if you say so. You mean to talk in a deeper voice like this? You're short since 39.2K. You're doing pretty good. Buck was in short from 63K. Hey, again, I just enjoy finding new ways to chart, finding how I can get an advantage over other people, with this method of charting, and it works. And people that have been following me for a while understand that. People that have access to these charts understand that. And when I update all these new charts, you'll be able to do this with altcoins. Well, I think 20K is your next. I know for a fact, just by the G1 chart, because that was our previous all-time high in 2017. We have a fib channel line there that is going to be support. So 20K, 19K, 18K, around that area, that is definitely a buy-in point to write it up. If that breaks, that's when we need to pay attention to the 200 weekly and the 300 weekly, because that will be the bottom. In my opinion, that's the lowest Bitcoin could ever go, even if we had a major correction with the stock market. If it broke below that, then we're testing a point that we've never been before, because we never broke below the 300 weekly moving average. Ever. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves. 5-minute break. Yeah, I'll tell you what, as soon as I get back in, just give me like 5 minutes, and when I get back, I'll load up that G1 chart, and I'll put the 300 weekly and the 200 weekly on, and I'll show you exactly what those price targets are. And again, the 200 weekly price has been respecting since the beginning of Bitcoin, but when you get those crazy wicks that go down, we've never dropped below the 300 weekly. So give me a few minutes. When I get back, I'll load that chart up, and I'll give you those targets. All right, let me show you where the 300 and 200 weekly moving average is. If things got really bad, all right. I guess I can use the G1 chart for this. All right, G1. And this is the peak of the bull run chart. All right. So let me turn on the 300 in the weekly. You know, I don't even have that on this chart. I'll update it and keep it on here. So moving averages, indicator. All right, so moving average, we got two of them. So let's change this one to, this will be the 200 weekly. That's right here. And I'll show you, I'll zoom out. Actually, I'm gonna clear this damn chart. All right, so this is the 200 weekly moving average. I'm gonna make this bright so you can see it. And this will be the, hold on, the 300 weekly moving average. And then I'm gonna zoom out, show you the bigger picture of why this is the case. And we'll make this one yellow. Let's make it, no, we'll make it red. All right, so 300 weekly, and make it bright. And when I zoom out and show you the bigger picture, you'll see why. All right, so if we go out and we look how price respected this. So back here, so this is back on, this is 2015. This was support on the 200 weekly, right? And then we came down, we held support on the 200 weekly right here, right? And when we came down, this is our COVID crash. Notice we did find some resistance and support here, but we bottomed right here on the 300 weekly. So what I'm saying is, if it gets really bad and we come down, the lowest point we could possibly go, your first target, is potentially, this is around 14,000. You know, this is probably going to kind of do like this. I guess it's going to go sideways. Same with this one. So if we break 13,473, your next support to watch is going to be down here around close to 10,000, and that just happens to be a ring I have on the G1 chart. So again, those are the points you want to pay attention to. You notice we're getting rejected pretty much here. This is the this is a 200 daily right here. But I'm saying if it gets really bad, you know, if the stock market corrects a lot, I think this is the lowest you'll ever see Bitcoin. These are the points to buy, 14K, and if it goes below that, around 10K. But there'll be support resistance levels on the way up, on the way down. And remember, guys, this is the 21 week moving average right here. If we stay below this, if we push up and get rejected, we're in a bear market. If we push above it and hold support, we're back in a bull run. So again, just pay attention to that, and I will update the G1 chart with that 200 and 300 weekly moving average. And guys, the markets are going to be open. It's noon here, almost noon, 20 minutes till noon. So U.S. markets close at 4 p.m. So just pay attention. Again, I think from this point on, I think we're going to have some downside for all the markets. If you have access to my stocks, you know, that chart is called the Dow Original. And your support levels are shown right now. Let's take a screenshot if you need it. And again, if you do want to access these charts, guys, the website, I'm going to give the link one more time. And again, these charts are shareable, all right? That means if you create a free TradingView account, you can save these charts as your own. Someone asked about Pro. If you get a Pro version of TradingView, you can save up to five versions of the same chart. All my charts are shareable, so if you hit the copy icon, you can save them as your own. And they work. You don't even need a TradingView account. You just click the link, the chart loads up. So again, you do not need a TradingView account. It works on all devices. But if you do have a TradingView account, you can edit my charts, add your indicators, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I accept crypto for lifetime only, not monthly. If you're interested in that, just shoot me an email, all right? But it is $2.99. That's full access to everything lifetime. The economy hasn't caught up to all the thrashing COVID. Yeah, it's caused a lot of problems, and I think they've been putting a Band-Aid on it, and I think it's time that I think it's time for the correction. Steve, great work as always. Do you ever show your Dow Jones charts in your live streams? Dow Jones is on the right, but thank you, James. Yeah, that's why I have this on the right side right here. This is the Dow Jones chart. Forever, that's correct. Yeah, I think that's very fair. You're in for life. But you have to email me through the contact page of the website. Yeah, and that is true. A lot of people say they've had issues with Microsoft Edge and Safari. Chrome is your best bet to view these charts. Perth, Australia. Nice. But guys, I will keep you updated on Twitter and in Discord, and everybody in Discord will keep you updated with everything. But I've got work to do, and I'm not just going to sit here and just wait. But in my opinion, according to my chart, expect some downside for the Dow Jones. But yeah, guys, I need to get to work on a few things. So again, one more time, here's a link if you do want to sign up. If you are signed up, make sure you email me, and I will send you the Discord invite link. Remember, you will not get invited to the Discord. You cannot follow me on Twitter unless you send me an email. I'll verify you have an account or a subscription, and then you can follow me on Twitter and get invited to the Discord. And if you're interested in lifetime only because you only want to pay with crypto, just go ahead and send me an email. You make the most consistently predictable calls out there. I watch a lot of TA out there, and it's so hilarious to watch Moon Boys lately. You're the man. Well, thank you, Pool and Be Damned. I just show what's in the charts. You know, if the chart shows if a previous ring we got rejected, it's like you get rejected there. So I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt if we're going to the moon or if we're going, you know, to the center of the earth. But, you know, I just show you where likely points are to get rejected and likely points to long. It's just swing trading on the way up and the way down. Your support resistance level is already there. Just play them. All right, guys. I'm gonna kill this stream. It's running a little long. I got to get busy, but pay attention to the Dow. And again, your support that needs to hold right now: 38,450, 38,310. If that breaks, you know, we're headed down to 37,000, 36,000. And remember, if 32,000 breaks, we are going down much, much, much lower. All right, 32,000 is a key support needs to hold. If that breaks, I do not see why this would not head all the way down to 19,000. And if the stock market tanks, remember, last time stock market tanked, Bitcoin tanked twice as hard. All right, guys, I'm out to the next video.